Hello, I am Irv Smalls, Director of the Loving Parsonage, but today I'm here to introduce to you two wonderful individuals, Hannah, mother, and Joyce, daughter, and we really would love to tell you much more about the Homes of Hope program and definitely tell you about how God has been blessing her family and this program in amazing ways. I would like to begin by simply talking about how we have met. That is Hannah, her children, that is Joyce and Peace and Angel, along with my wife Victoria. We became connected through our involvement with Hershey Free Church. At that time, Victoria and I were members of our shepherding team. And the team was basically set up to constantly look for how can we help members in the congregation and guests who are part of the congregation and support them with their various basic needs. So my first role as an advocate was to actually reach out and visit Hannah at her home and find out what some of the needs were. And all I can say is the first thing we learned was that Hannah and her family were strong believers in God. And that impressed us the most. Second, we also realized that Hannah loved attending church, coming to worship on Sunday. That is when her car would run. So we went back to our church and spoke with our pastor and gave him an assessment and said, you know, Hannah and her family are strong believers who simply have some basic needs, and we believe that we can help them. And so that's how we met each other in the beginning. But I would just like to ask Hannah, could you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with us before the Homes of Hope?
Thank you so much, Brother Alvin. Thank you, Loving, and everyone watching. I'm so grateful for all you have done and continue to do for us. It all started when I moved from Philadelphia to Middletown, PA, to be closer to my daughter, Angel. She's 8 years old, and she attended Milton Hershey School. When I was in Philly, she would always tell me to sign her up for a church called Hershey Free, where they went for second service. So she kept saying that over and over to me. So when I moved over, I always went to church with my other girls to worship, and I really enjoy it. And that's how one day I took the phone and called and said, I really need a family because I just moved here and I don't have any family. And one day I saw Brother Earl and Sis Victoria. We came over at my house in Middletown, and that's how it started.
Well, that really was a wonderful beginning for all of us. How have you shared with us just a bit about what life has been like for you in the Homes of Hope?
Very wonderful. It's a blessing because when Brother Earl and Sis Victoria reached out to us, we have basic needs, like he said, like car. I had a car that was always breaking down, falling apart. And so that stopped us from going to church every day. And then he also told us about the Homes of Hope program. And we got to meet a lot of wonderful people. Like we shared the director, Miss Patty, and her family, Miss Kathy, and many other great people. And like I said, when they reached out to us, it was a huge blessing because I was sick. I couldn't work. Normally, I had car problem, and my kids were all like devastated. We're just trusting God. Like, God, please help us. We don't want to stop with friends again. Please don't let roof get over our head. Don't take roof from over the head of ours, because like I was thinking, I don't want to be evicted. Lord, please just come to our rescue. It was just a perfect timing when the Homes of Hope was introduced to us by Brother Ivy. I'm so grateful. You guys are amazing. You don't know how blessed we are. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure you basically just telling us the gist of all the steps that God has allowed you to take to get to this point. But can you tell us a little bit more about after you've gotten into the program, the Homes of Hopes, and you met the staff and seeing how wonderful they are and how much they really care about you. What are some of the things that you would say have impacted your life since you've been involved with the Homes of Hope?
So many great things have impacted our lives. We continue to grow stronger and stronger in the things of God. God provided a reliable car for us and many, many more that I can't even express. People come every day, to our knees praying for us, and we have advocate, navigator, like we have the faith and finance class to keep me on course with budgeting and so much more. Even having a reliable car, having roof over our head that we can't worry right now for a whole year, like where are we going to be, who's going to put me out, and I have a reliable job also. I am so grateful to the church, the compassion ministry that was there and always there for us. Brother Irving, our pastor, Omar, and all the wonderful people, even loving. You guys are so great. You show us so much love, so much prayers. People come to our house with flowers, unknown to us. People come, with food.
Yes.
People call me. I mean, I'm just so grateful because like we felt alone when we moved here. I was like, oh God, I think I made a mistake. But you guys are, definitely answer to our prayers. You are our family. We are so grateful. Words cannot express, but we are so grateful. Thank you.
Yes. Well, we've been talking about Mom in a lot of ways and how you recognize and realize the blessings that God has bestowed upon you and your family. But you have these other three girls who are so wonderful and sharing in that. And here we have Joyce with us. So Joyce, could you tell us about what has life been like for you as part of the Homes of Hope and the transition from Middletown to Hershey for you?
Well, first of all, I'm really grateful that we are part of this program. Since we moved into the Homes of Hope, everything has gotten better. Everything has gotten better. My mom isn't sick as much anymore. She has a reliable job. We have roof over our heads, and we don't have to worry like we used to when we lived in Middletown. I'm really grateful for all the people God has put into our lives. We have so many caring people, loving families. They check on us. They're looking for, ways to make our lives better. And I'm just so grateful to God for all the blessings He has bestowed upon us.
Oh, amazing. Yes. Now, I'm just going to deviate a little bit and just ask you, so how do you feel with, you're closer to your youngest sister, Angel, but do you feel close enough? Do you still miss her?
Yes, we miss Angel a lot. She's like a big piece of the puzzle in our family, and we talk to her a lot, and we text her, Zoom. We also send her letters and stuff. We used to go visit her, but not so much anymore because of everything that's going on.
Yes.
But we really miss Angel, and we love her so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now you have to tell us a little bit more about yourself. Now, we know that you graduated from high school and you did very well academically. And then on top of that, now you got scholarship and you went to Harrisburg Area Community College. So you have to tell us a little bit about what was that like, being part of that transition and see yourself moving into preparing for your academic life.
Well, high school was easy. And I always knew I wanted to go to college. Like that's something I always wanted to do. So I was really excited as that my high school chapter was closing and I was getting ready for college. But I wasn't like fully prepared because I needed some materials that I wasn't sure how I was going to get them. And that's when the Loving family, they came and they brought a laptop and some stuff just to get me prepared for school. I was really shocked and I'm really grateful to God and to everyone because that was a really huge part of the transition going to college because everything is now on Zoom and all the classes are online.
Yes.
So when I got the computer, I was like, okay, I'm ready. This is it. Um, so yeah, and also when I was graduating, I got letters and I got like cards from people that I didn't know, and it really surprised me of how blessed this program is and how like this is a really great community, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, again, we have shared an interesting part of our relationship and the journey that you've been taking, and from start to coming into the Homes of Hope program, meeting the staff, and watching all the opportunities that they provide. I would just like to say at this phase of this interview, we all feel blessed from this. From the first day we met you, we talked about knowing that you were blessed, you were people of faith, challenged, but the moment we called on God through the church, through people in the community, we saw God respond immediately. And all we can say is, when God started blessing your family, it's like he started pouring it down. It was like it was raining down one blessing after another. And all we can say is, and when I say we, I'm talking about Victoria and I being advocates for you. We were just happy to be a part of walking with you because we feel that while you were being blessed, we were being blessed. But I think that the beauty of all of this is for us to learn more about this wonderful program called the Homes of Hope, which is part of the Loving Ministry in Greater Hershey. This program is awesome, and I hope that we were able to say just enough so others who would come to hear about it would pursue and seek to know and learn more about this wonderful Homes of Hope. And when you meet people like the Gittins family and find out that God is blessing, all we can say, his blessings will run down on you multiple. So we're so thankful to be able to interview you and for you to share your life with the Loving family in the community of Hershey. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.